After them games are done, it's what happens next.
What's that been like, getting to know the Manchester United fans since you've been here?
The best way to introduce yourself is scoring with the goals, you know.
That connection, that spirit, that's what we got to use for the good and for the tough situations as well.
This is a dream moment, you know, obviously. And when that goal happened, that was just something.
We're not here to flatline and just get through things, you know. You got to have that wave and feel it.
Hello and welcome to another very special episode of Inside Carrington. When we first started this podcast, we did promise you exclusive interviews from the training ground, and today we've got Michael Carrick joining us, followed by Benjamin Šeško. It's been a great week for both. Firstly, Michael Carrick. I'm delighted to say we're joined by Michael Carrick, who has won the Barclays Manager of the Month for January. Congratulations. How does it feel?
Yeah, it's obviously it's nice. It's shown that we've had a good start, you know. So it's not me, really. Let's be honest. It's not just about me. I think it's about everyone, you know. It's about the staff for sure. It's about the coaching staff, the backroom staff, the players, definitely. So yeah, it shows that we've had a good start, which is very pleasing.
It is significantly bigger than the player of the match ones. Have you seen those little ones? They're a lot lighter. So that one is very significant. It is very heavy.
Yeah,
Thank you, Barclays, for that. And I know you said it is about your staff as well, but how satisfied have you been with your team and the performance over the last few weeks? Yeah,
the boys have been good. I think it's not easy with change, you know, and to click into gear and to perform the way they have done in different types of games has probably been as pleasing as anything. Obviously, the first two games were, in some ways, they take care of themselves because of the emotion and how everyone's kind of up for them. But the games after them have been, for me, just as good. And to see the boys' reaction, the quality of the play, it gives us a lot of encouragement, really, moving forward.
Those two games against City and Arsenal, you probably don't get masses of time, do you, to sit and reflect and watch them back and enjoy them the way that you would if you were not Manchester United's head coach. How important do you think they were in sort of the run that you've gone on to have?
Yeah, so important. I think so important. Listen, if you can win them games, they're the best games to start with, right? Because you can kind of catapult a lot of emotions and confidence from that, and a belief in the supporters and as well as the players, I think, and the feel good which is vital. So going into them games, it was challenging, and 3 days before the City game coming in, and again, that's why I credit the players for how they've put themselves forward really and reacted to change. But certainly them two games, it gives you a massive kind of boost of all sorts of emotions to kind of use moving forward, which was the key. After them games are done, it's what happens next, and I think that's what I've been really delighted with the reaction after that.
It's been a whirlwind when you think that we sat down on the 13th of January, which is just a month ago. And Wes, I just want to bring you in here because I'm sure you're not surprised as to what's happened over the last few weeks with Michael in charge.
No, not at all. And I think everybody knew it would be difficult, but the way Michael handles the players, the respect he's got, and the way, sort of the attitude of the players that we've been going into the games. I know Michael would have known it's going to be difficult, but if everybody sticks together, you're not just going out there for yourself. Us fans are involved, and just play your hearts out. And I think it's a difficult one, but Michael's got them to all do that, and you can see the differences on the pitch.
Yeah, we've spoken to a couple of players just today, and all the players that we've spoken to in the last few weeks have said more or less the same things about you. You're a calm guy, you're a nice guy, you speak to everyone, and it must be nice that you're having a really big impression on the squad.
That's the goal in the end, to have and I think connecting with the players and everyone, I think is important for us all to feel that we're in it together, and whether that's the boys that are starting the games, the boys that are coming on, the rest of the squad, whether that's the staff, certainly the supporters. I think it's what we've become used to for a long period of time in this football club, and it's what makes it special. So we got to use that, because it's quite unique. So it's things like you're talking about the spirit and the togetherness. Say the West Ham game, and Ben gets a lot of headlines, and rightly so, because it was a massive moment and he's done great. The other side of that is the spirit is the Lenny defending the 2 counter-attacks and putting 2 big challenges in, and seeing Brian's recovery runs and Ahmad's recovery runs to it's quite easy to lose that game 2-0 in them circumstances, but that's when the spirit counts, and I've spoke to the players about that. It's spirit doesn't just come from scoring late and the big highlights. The spirit comes from tougher situations and finding your way through it and working together. The sacrifice that they give ultimately lets us take something from the game, and so there's a lot goes into it. But that connection, that spirit, that's what we got to use for the good and for the tough situations as well.
Here's a bit of an abstract one. What gives you the bigger buzz, playing at Old Trafford or managing a win at Old Trafford?
It's different. It's different. I think as a player, because you're in it, physically you're in it. It's just a different emotion. It's such a buzz from that instant of being right in the thick of it. Being in the position I am now, to look around and feel the energy in the stadium, to see how people are reacting, the excitement, the emotions of it, people leaving, how many people you can kind of impact. That's really satisfying, I have to say, and it's a different type of feeling, but equally as good.
I have to say, the thing that I took away from our initial conversation was you saying that you wanted to bring that mystery back, that you never quite know what's going to happen, and then you go and win the City game 2-0, then 3-2 against Arsenal, and then you're like, oh no, I absolutely get it. You do not know what you're going to get anymore, other than a Manchester United side fighting for their lives to try and get the result over the line. And I think every fan has felt that. So I think from them, through me to you, thanks very much, because it's been mint. It's been absolutely mint.
Yeah, the atmosphere at Old Trafford has been absolutely electric over the last few weeks, and you must feel that. I mean, we can see you on the sideline. You are very calm, but you almost kick every ball and head every ball. Like, you can see that from the emotion from you on the sideline too, especially when we score a goal. I mean, we saw the emotion with Casemiro jumping on you. And
I think that's important, and you kind of got to bottle it up somehow. And definitely when you're playing, you've got to do it in a different way. Sometimes you've got to use that fire and that aggression. Wes tell you about the aggression. Sometimes it's a tackle, where sometimes you've got to feel it on the pitch. Obviously for us, the emotion is getting decisions right, and then obviously a goal. You got to celebrate goals. Some goals are bigger than others, and you got to feel that. We're not here to flatline and just get through things. You got to have that wave and feel it. And of course, from a coach's point of view, you like to be in more control and things to go to plan all the time. But actually, that kind of magical feeling and mystique of what's going to happen, and the excitement, the anticipation, that's what we're all about, and even like that West Ham game, getting a late goal to take something from the game, it's a real positive for us, and really carried on.
And you are, as I said, the Barclays January Manager of the Month, so we're all really happy for you. Congratulations, Michael.
Thank you, and thanks everyone for the support so far. Just to start.
Inside Carrington is brought to you by United Store. From the latest product ranges to gifts for the whole family, you can find it all at United Store. Congratulations to our head coach, Michael Carrick, and all of his staff and players, of course. Wes, I mentioned to him there that his players say he's calm, he's a nice guy, and that's exactly what you're getting. He's just so calm, even sitting there when he's chatting to us.
Yeah, he is, and that, obviously that'll relate to the players as well. But like you said, he doesn't like to take this award on his own. We mentioned all his backroom staff, everybody involved. But we all have to say what a brilliant job he's done over them 5 games. And I know it's for the January, but in general for the
but we're calling it
for the 5 games that he's played in, for the sort of turnaround where he was at, to get the players in the right mental state, and physically performing at that high level, it's brilliant.
Yeah, because to be in a dressing room, you're the only one out of the 3 of us that can tell us how that feels. But It is a bit of an upheaval, I suppose, especially in the middle of a week. It's not even, an international break. It's the middle of a week. A new manager comes in. You just have to adapt to a different philosophy, different way of thinking, different style. How difficult is that?
It is, but listen, as we talked about, Michael's a very calm person anyway. So when he is, giving out orders, he'll do it in his way, in his aura, and it'll be the players will take something good from that. He like you said, he's trying to get everybody to believe in themselves and get the best out of him. And believe me when I say this, Michael has got the calmness and the ability to be able to do that. And it's showing in all the games. I mean, every single player, I think's improved.
Let's hope it's the first of many trophies for him, and also for Benjamin Šeško, who's also joining us on the podcast today. Tell you what, you're spoiled today, aren't they, Liam?
Spoiled rotten. And I'm honestly really looking forward to this, because that finish on Tuesday deserves a podcast of his own just for that finish.
Absolutely incredible. And of course we have to talk about the late winner as well, Wes. Yeah. No better feeling.
I can't wait. I've never really heard him speak yet, so I'm looking forward to what he has to say. But listen, you can see he's a young lad with his head down and he wants to do well, and I think that's the main thing.
Well, let's find out more about him. Here he is, Benjamin Šeško. Benjamin Šeško, welcome to Inside Carrington. Thank you for joining us. I want to ask you firstly, is it Benjamin or do you like Ben? What do you prefer?
So first, when I came here, I said to everyone, call me Ben because he's just shorter. Normally I'm Benjamin. But yeah, for everyone to take some time, it's Ben.
But would your parents like us to call you Benjamin? That's the question.
I think Benjamin, they would like it.
See, I feel a bit torn now because I feel like we should refer to you as Benjamin to keep the parents happy. That's what we're trying to do. You guys can...
Is that an Anglo-Saxon? Is it actually Benjamin or is it Benjamin?
No, it's Benjamin.
Okay, so there you go. We've confused Helen even more.
This has not been a good start. Yes, thank you for joining us. Firstly, I want to say, how is life in Manchester for you?
It's been amazing, a new world for me. It's like a lot of emotions, obviously, but it's been nice. It's been fun. I really enjoy it. Every day more and more. It's positive.
So yeah, what's life been like? What's your everyday routine at the minute if you're not playing football?
So if I take a day off, I always try to wake up at 7 o'clock. It's always kind of routine to always keep it up, especially obviously when I have a day off. I try and enjoy it as much as possible. Getting my coffee. Then I'm a big fan of, or like big guy in terms of doing visualizations from meditations. I've been doing this recently for a couple of years. It just became my daily routine. Then I probably go for some treatment, gym work if possible, of course. And then I like to enjoy my day like to play basketball. I try to find ways to play the bit, like to get active. I'm kind of guy that just doesn't like to stay in one place for too long. So I'm always active. And in the end, try to read a book, try to get some knowledge out of it. And obviously some sofa time, which is also really important.
Sounds like a very calm day.
I want to know what position in basketball do you like? And who's your favourite team?
My favourite team is currently it's Lakers because our Slovenian guy is playing Doncic.
Luka Doncic.
Luka Doncic. It's amazing. But I would, because if you look size-wise, I can only play point guard, because to be fair in basketball world, I'm quite small, but I'm enjoying, like as soon as I have time that I can try to play it, I do it.
Is that something you've always enjoyed?
So we actually, when we used to play in Manchester, so I used to play for my school team, and we actually won the English schools championship. Yeah,
You're an English school basketball champion.
Yeah. I was shooting guard. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll have a shot with you one day. We'll have some shooting.
We have to do that. That would be amazing.
For sure. We've got the makings of a basketball team.
I'm being serious.
Because I used to play centre.
There you go.
Because when I was a kid, miles taller than anybody else. So when I got to like 13, I was 6'4", 6'5" when I was 13 years old. So they just put me straight into centre.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't at the time. Maybe now.
Okay.
I haven't tried. Yeah, we'll get some court time.
That would be good,
Yeah, we could set that up for you.
Yeah, shooting competition.
Get the basketball out. Obviously, we're so glad that you've settled into life off the pitch, but it's fair to say that you've definitely settled into life on the pitch. And what better place to start than that goal? It was absolutely incredible. Did you realise how good that goal was when you scored it?
Not from the start, you know.
Yeah.
But it kicked in afterwards when 5 minutes later, it really, when you can, because obviously in the moment you cannot register it. Everything happens so quick. You just want to do something to celebrate it, like to really feel everything, but you just can't. But I'm really glad that this moment happened. Yeah, for sure.
It's brilliant, isn't it? Ball comes from the right hand side under pressure. It's Brian that puts the ball in for you, Brian and Bumo. And I don't know, it felt a little bit like a throwback to Berbatov, potentially, Dimitar Berbatov, that kind of finish first time, not necessarily putting your boot through it, just making sure that the contact's absolutely right. It's the only place that you can put it where you can score as well.
Yeah, it's a difficult finish, you know. Like again, this is like if my foot would be positioned a little bit differently, the ball would be somewhere. So again, you know, it's about the moment. It's about getting everything right in the right time, you know. So definitely a good moment, you know. Again, wow.
It's got to be contender for goal of the season for sure, Wes.
Yeah, listen, I mean, I was doing the game and I was speaking to Webbs about it. Obviously, I'm not a striker. He said to get the right contact, it's like a finesse shot, you know. There's a little, just off the toe a little bit. And if you normally try that, it normally goes over the bar, simple, or goes back where you sort of the balls come from. So yeah, it's a delicate touch.
Thank you.
Not your first late goal this season either. There's been some brilliant ones in there. I mean, when you have to pick one, is the goal at the Stretford end to win the game, is that the one? Is that the one where you go, yeah?
I think it is, you know, because this is a dream moment, you know, obviously. And when that goal happened, that was just something like
the noise and everything.
No, it's unbelievable.
Was incredible.
It's really. I think I have to go for a goal. For that goal, for sure.
Did you have family in the stands for that goal?
Not my whole family. Part of it. I was missing my parents, to be fair, but they were really happy and crying around at home. So it was nice for them as well.
I interviewed you after that. We spoke in the tunnel, didn't we? After you'd scored that goal, and the smile on Benjamin's face was worth its weight in gold. Absolutely brilliant, just beaming from ear to ear. And why not? You've just scored a winning goal against Fulham at the Stretford end for Manchester United, and you've heard that Old Trafford roar, and it was a really positive moment, wasn't it?
And I think it shows as well, Wes, I'm sure you'll agree, how happy everyone was for you in that moment, and that really shows team cohesion, which you know all about in your time.
Yeah, of course. I think over the last few weeks we've definitely seen the team, you know, and obviously for you to score and your teammates, when you watch it in slow motion, the delight, you know, not just yourself but everybody around you. It's big for the fans, you know. It's massive. That's what we like to see, and it's been so enjoyable the last few games as well.
No, we are really. I said it also to many interviews already that the way we are playing together, the way we are. All the guys on the pitch, but the guys off the pitch, celebrating goals, jumping around when we're scoring goal. It's like we're really doing everything to win the game, you know. So I think this is the first steps, obviously. I
think Josh Xerxes right up there, isn't he? You see him barreling onto the pitch every time somebody bags one in the last minute.
He wishes all but the best, you know.
I love that. As well as the players, you formed a real bond with the fans as well, really quite quickly. You see it in the comment sections, you know, the amount of Air Šeškos that you get that listed underneath. And what's that been like, getting to know the Manchester United fans since you've been here?
Yeah, the best way to introduce yourself is scoring with the goals, you know. But yeah, because it's, you know, without the fans, you can't play football. It's not the same, you know. And obviously, when you have them by your side, it just gives you another energy, another kind of push, you know. And yeah, once I get that feeling, even when I score the first goal at home, it's been an amazing feeling, you know, to see that, like, people getting loud, cheering for you. It's unbelievable.
Life growing up for you, did you watch much of Manchester United?
To be fair, I haven't watched a lot of TV when I was younger, you know. I watched a little bit of football in general on YouTube, just like skill-wise, because I tried to copy them. Or there was the goals, or there was the skills, whatever. Even I was like watching like speed-wise, you know, like speed comparisons and stuff. But TV in general, not really, because I was just outside playing football, playing basketball, everything of mix. I think I watched really slight amount of football, you know.
Mm-hmm. Were your family into football? Your dad, I think, is he a goalkeeper? Is that right?
He was a goalkeeper, yeah. First he was player, then he switched to basketball a little bit, and then he switched again to football, and he was a goalkeeper, yeah. Which I started as well as a goalkeeper when I was really young age. But then one game I remember, I look at my father in the middle of the game, I said, "Father, this is so boring. I don't have anything to do in the goal." And it was hard for me to see like people, like teammates playing up there, couldn't score the goals or like doing something. So I said, there was also times when I was a goalkeeper, I took the ball, went like through whole pitch and then scored a goal. So it was really a nice journey. And then I started as a centre back and then I went up to striker. So
yeah, because usually people start at the front and then they get moved back to be centre back, but you've gone the opposite direction. At what age did you kind of cement your position to be a forward?
I think it was 12 or 13, something like this. I think that's the age that I then just became a striker and stayed there.
What age did you cement being a defender?
I used to play right wing.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
I used to play right wing, and then I think I was 12. I went to centre back. And I think I only stayed there because I was quick. That's the honest truth.
Who made that decision for you to be centre back? It was the coach here?
Oh no, I wasn't at United then. It was one of the dads on the Sunday league team. That's a true story, yeah. And then he when the kid that was injured come back, he made me stay there, and I wasn't happy, but I started to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you prefer playing right back or centre back?
Centre back, yeah.
Do you have a preferred position? Do you like being a single forward? Do you like playing in a 2 or a 3?
I'm capable, like, I have no problem with being already alone or with twos, you know. I'm really like guys that can fit in all kind of positions, and like if I have to settle with someone else, it's not a problem as well.
That's good.
You're obviously still young, but you moved away from home very young. What age were you when you left the family home to pursue your football career?
I left just when I turned, I think, 15, to be fair, 15 or 16, something like this. So I left to Austria, to Salzburg. It was really helpful for me because the year before I was in my country, but in like other side. So I've been in academy. So it's been really helpful for me because, to be fair, like when I was younger, I was a little bit homesick. But once I beat that, like one or 2 weeks was a bit hard. I remember I was like walking around the city just to get this out of me, you know. But yeah, then it's been fun. I've passed that phase. And when I moved into the other country, I just, so in Austria, it was fun, you know. Obviously, the language was hard for me because obviously that was Germany. So I've learned quite quick English. We had it in school, but I was not the best at it. But then I learned English quite quick, and then I've learned basically German in English. So I was improving kind of both languages, which was really important for me. Now I could speak both. And yeah, this is like, it's good to get past those kind of phases because it teaches you in life a lot of stuff.
Yeah, of course. I had a little look on Google Images at the town that you're from. It's a very small little town. Is it well known for paper production? Is that correct?
Oh yeah, exactly, yes.
Who are you?
I know.
When did you start researching to this level?
That's
that
as
is
far as I got.
unbelievable, yeah.
I thought I'll have to ask you because that's the extent of my knowledge on the paper production.
Did you go down like a YouTube rabbit hole where you learned how paper
No,
was
I
made?
just Googled it and that's what it said. That
No,
the town is-
but it's true, yeah. And it's also nice, like, because now people, when they're driving past my village, they're like, they try to visit it, just like to make some rounds, go into some bars. So yeah, it's been good for our village, to be fair.
And I bet all the children there have buzz cuts. Again, that's I don't even know what a buzz cut is, but
when did you make the decision to take the hair off?
When I got tired of my hair.
Yeah?
Oh, my days. I liked my previous haircut or hairstyle, but it's just the problem is that every morning when I wake up, the hair's everywhere.
Yeah.
Standing, here. So right now this is not a case. So I said I would just trim it off and.
You don't
Easy
have that
going
problem.
down.
I did it once, the same thing. Every day you have to do something. I grew my hair once and it was out here, and then I used to get it plaited. But you'd have to go hairdressers twice a week, and you just...
It's hard work, isn't it?
And this is the best.
Yeah, this is...
But the problem is you need the sides every couple of days because it's becoming a serious problem then.
There's a barbershop here, isn't there? In the players' area?
Yeah, there is place, and then once a week someone always comes, which is helpful.
Like that.
Who's in there the most?
Yeah, who's in the barbershop the most?
No, I'm there. I'm up there.
Yeah.
Of course.
Diogo.
No,
Got really sharp hair.
It's me, Manu, Diogo. Licha is quite often there.
Yeah.
But I think because other guys are cutting at home, so we don't really know how often they do it. But us here every week, yeah.
Obviously for you, that has to have been David Beckham that looked after their hair the most that you've played with, surely,
Yeah,
Wes.
Becks, Ronaldo. I'd probably say them two.
You're an easygoing guy though, weren't you?
I just cut mine short. It's easy.
Yeah, me too.
It's just the easiest thing, honestly.
Straightforward.
Yeah.
Which teammates do you bond with in particular?
Diogo Dalot, he really started me. I started from the start. He was really helping me. He was really trying to help me in all the ways because obviously it's a different world here. And I'm really grateful that he stood up and he saw he's younger himself, in me, So we are still pushing every day and doing all the work that's possible.
I love that. Diogo seems like the kind of player, there's a lot in this Manchester United squad that care about the team being together. He's obviously, the Americans call it a glue guy, don't they? The player in the dressing room that keeps everybody else together. How many others are those in the Manchester United dressing room that keep the team together?
No, there is couple of guys definitely. I think it's more or less everyone. Obviously they do it in different ways, but we always try to find a way to do it as a group, not just as they are together. I think everyone is trying to be exactly what you said, and I think that's why you can also see it out on the pitch now.
How much different is it here in the UK in the Premier League than it was, for example, when you moved to the Bundesliga?
It's similar because it's up to you how you decide to do everything. But if you talk about the team-wise as well, obviously it's a bit different because there you have really a lot of young guys. So in the team that I was, there was a lot of young guys. That's why, for example, we did a lot of meetings together, which we also do here. Just talk through, maybe go for a dinner or something, which help a lot, and trying to bond and having time together. It gives you so much power, push, and confidence in general in the team.
You've talked about what an average day might look like for you off the pitch, but I know on a match day you're a very dedicated person, meticulously planned. I think your house is even designed, is that correct, with rehab in mind?
I didn't
saunas,
understand.
Do you have that kind of thing at home?
Yeah, this of course, but this is basically to day-to-day life. So I don't try to change so much on the game day. I just try to put the focus what it has to be. Obviously, my meditation is really important because it just keeps me calm and on the place where I have to be. But the rest is just more for example, I like to do in the morning. If possible with yoga, we do the ice bath, up to the neck, just to get the body, be the shock, be the activated, and then the rest is just meetings, lunch, and the game starts normally already.
Do you know with you, you do meditation, you don't have to tell us this, but do you set targets for yourself on the pitch? Does that help?
This is more meditation. It's more about breathing, being with yourself. But this is visualization. What you just said, which I'm doing every morning before like I start to do everything. Because I really do believe in that. I really do believe that settling goals and, for example, what is really important, appreciating the things that I have and that I've done. That because I think you get everything back, from all the hard work, appreciation, and visualization of what do you want.
I think that sort of breathing thing is so powerful. If anybody has ever sort of spent any time sat there, even just what they call square breathing, which is you breathe in, you
box
hold.
Breathing.
Yeah, box breathing. You exhale, you hold, you breathe in, you hold. So you end up in this sort of square, but it can be almost instant, can't it? From being quite sort of overwhelmed by everything that's going on. And if you can just focus your mind on that for even 2 or 3 minutes, it can make a big difference.
Exactly. And for example, I try to always to tell my family or like even my friends, try it, because everyone has some kind of stress in life. It's normal, but like try to do at least breathing. You don't have to do meditation, because meditation it's quite hard to get into, because it's a lot of thoughts, especially if you're never used to it. You have to give it a try, and you have to give it a time, because it takes a couple of weeks, maybe even like month or month and a half to start really working, that you can really focus on breathing and just the box breathing.
I was doing that yesterday on the train, actually. Yeah. I find it really calming.
Yeah, it does.
Especially because I get very stressed and scared in certain situations. Were you, going back to ice baths, did you ever step foot in an ice bath after your neck, Wes?
Yeah, we had to do it, but I would put on maybe 3 pairs of socks because the only place it really kills my ankle. Like,
it's a common problem with the guys, yeah.
So yeah, I would put
joints.
3 pairs of socks on. So I'm a bit cheating.
I don't even think I could breathe through an ice bath, no.
But breathing does help.
Yeah, that's
what
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Breathing, it's like, that's why also you can do when you go like in like up to the neck. It's just about, because the first thing that when people go inside, you already put the shock in the body, and
you're already doing it.
No, I normally just prepare myself before I go into, and with knowing, okay, it's gonna be cold, but it's something that I'm going there because I want, and it's gonna help me,
See, I always go the other way. If you gave me a choice between an ice bath and a sauna, I'm in the sauna for 15 minutes at a time, and then come out, cold shower, back into the sauna again. I just prefer that to the cold. It's me. Should we do some quickfire questions?
Yeah.
Have you got those, Helen? They're hiding in here.
Yes, I do.
Quickfire questions. Left foot or right foot finish?
So I'm right-footed, but I think left foot finish is better.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Scoring a header or a volley?
Volley.
Yeah.
It's really nice,
Pre-match music, loud or quiet?
Loud.
Have you got a favourite pre-match song?
To be fair, no.
No?
Hat trick or last minute winner?
Oh, they're both
That's
good.
testing you.
No, last minute winner.
On holiday, are you a beach guy or a city guy?
Oh, yeah.
Beach guy.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Favourite holiday destination?
Oh,
Where do you
Dubai
like?
is quite high up there, It's just nice,
Warm?
No, but let's say if you put all together, it's like anywhere in Croatia. It's nearby me.
Some of the beaches in Croatia.
I've not been.
No,
Absolutely
unbelievable.
Stunning.
Dubrovnik.
A teammate that you would take on a quiz show?
Quiz show. Oh, Bruno, easy. Knows everything.
He knows everything. And finally, you've said that you're a big reader. What's your favourite book or books?
Currently, I'm reading The Leaden Theory. I really recommend this book to anyone. It's really powerful, and it really gives. Let's say, it works instantly. You can use it immediately, and it's gonna work. In the start, I didn't believe it, but once I did it couple of times, because everything what it says inside. So I'm not gonna say what it is because I want you to read it. But it's really, I think it's up there.
So do you read non-fiction or fiction? What's your go-to? Do you read it
So I'm only reading the knowledge books, something that I can take off. Yeah. I can't really. I'm not a reader for like stories. No. Just so like for example, Stoicism was those kind of books, but like knowledge, like straight in, that I can kind of get something from it.
Have you read The Chimp Paradox by Dr. Steve Peters?
No.
I recommend that one for you. So if you like knowledge books, it's called The Chimp Paradox. It's brilliant. And again, I'm not going to tell you what's in it because I want you to read it.
Yeah.
But once you've read it, come back and we'll have a chat because great book.
Do you have a favourite book, Wes?
No.
No, it's good. You're straight.
You could have at least pretended like one book.
No.
Have you got a favourite book, Helen?
I like an autobiography. Do you know what? I haven't read in a long time, but Andre Agassi is a very, very good book. Have you read Andre Agassi? It's very good.
Nice.
I don't have time to read these days.
I get it on the audio in the car.
See, I like an audio book too. Book too.
Just before we do let you go, Benjamin, I just want to ask you quickly about Michael Carrick. How's the last few weeks been working under him?
First of all, he's an amazing person. That's already meaning really a lot, but as well, really good coach. And not just him, whole staff that he's with him, they're working unbelievable. They're giving all the details that you need to improve, to get better, to know what to do in the game, because it's important. And they're always good with communications, as him and the other staff. So I'm really happy that he came here, and also happy of what he have achieved around it.
Nice.
Thank you so much for joining us. We're so happy for you and your recent goals, and I'm sure there will be many more in the years to come. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Inside Carrington is presented by United Store. Shop all the latest drops of official club merchandise and product ranges only at United Store. 100% official, 100% United.
So that was our chat with Benjamin Šeško. I'm learning a lot here. I've also learned that I have not been pronouncing his name right, mostly. Wes, he comes across as such an intelligent guy, very deep thinker.
He is, yeah, very, very calm. You can see he likes to really relax in his off time with what he said. And he's a guy that's really focused, you can see that.
Mm-hmm. Very similar to the conversation that we had with Senna when he talked about journaling. It's very different now, isn't it, Wes? Players are... they approach things differently. I suppose life's a bit like that too, though, I have to say. But I really like that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's got especially when he's out of here, you can see he's more focused on making sure he's mentally fine and physically. We talked about he's got stuff in his house where he can, in the mornings, he likes to do a little stretch, maybe Pilates or yoga, I can't remember which one he said, but they're very focused on making themselves the best person physically that they can be and mentally on the pitch. And for such a young lad, he's doing that wonderfully.
Box breathing. I think you'd called it square breathing, Liam, which really made me laugh, but it wasn't an appropriate moment.
I've heard it called both, but yeah, I think what's really interesting, the influence is not only of Senna, like you've pointed out, but also of Diogo Dalot, who works extraordinarily hard in terms of keeping himself prepped. And you can see some of the physical stuff that he's doing with Diogo, but also some of the mental stuff, the visualization, the breathing, the meditation, the reading, the mindfulness, if you will. I found it all really fascinating. He seems like a super prepared guy. And I'm absolutely not having that we're calling it box breathing. It's square breathing from this point onwards.
I think we'll have to Google that one.
Yeah. It's like square dancing, isn't it? Or...
Can you do that?
Nope. No.
What we did learn in that podcast is that Wes does not like to read books.
Listen to books.
Yeah, I'm more of an audio guy. I can listen to the book. But
what books do you like to listen to?
Do you know, at the moment I'm still finishing Games of Thrones. I know, yeah.
It's actually called Game of Thrones, not Games of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
I mean, it's actually called A Book of Ice and Fire.
Well, it is, So
just watch the box set, Wes, for goodness sake.
No, I have done, but I'm listening to the audio as well, which is you get a bit more out of it.
I think did I say Song of Ice and Fire? It's definitely a Song of Ice and Fire. That's what the original book's called.
Please do keep your comments coming in, by the way. We know that you have been sending them, so we do appreciate it. And just on the point that you'd said about Dalot there, Liam. This one is from Scottus. He says, we don't get enough insight into how the players come across during a conversation. Dalot seems really easygoing. Nice to see more of this type of thing from the players whilst playing and not just after they retire.
Yeah, and Diogo was brilliant, wasn't he? And he talked so well. And
he spoke so well.
Yeah, I think just a little bit of insight into the person behind the player. It's very easy to judge a person entirely on a performance on a pitch and not for what they're about, what they stand for, how they go about those things. And I think what we saw with Diogo Dalot was that there's a really interesting human being behind the person that plays at right back for Manchester United.
Yeah, he spoke really well in that podcast. We do have another one from AJ414. He says, Diogo and Bruno have so much love and passion for the club. I will love to see them both win another trophy here. That is very clear. Very good point. Diogo and Bruno really are passionate about this place. Oh,
100%. I mean, they don't only show it on the pitch, but if you ask any of the lads, they're the guys to go up to and have a chat with as well if you need anything. Benjamin spoke about Dalot as well. He was the guy that helped him, settled him down, needed to show him anywhere he would do that. So you honestly do need people, especially senior players, to be able to do that. Just to make sure everything's fine, you're relaxed, and you're settling really well.
I think the comment was about, he looks at Bruno and says that they're going to war together when they go out on pitch, and I thought that was sort of telling of their mentality.
And guys, we will go to war again together next week when we will welcome Ahmad on the podcast. What are you going to ask him, Liam?
So many things. What a great player. I'm really looking forward to sort of finding out what makes him tick, the kind of things that he listens to before games, what his pre-match preparation is, what his favourite moment is in a Manchester United shirt, all of that stuff.
We will ask him that next week. Thank you both again for joining me. We hope you've enjoyed our chats with Benjamin Šeško and Michael Carrick. And as I said, we'll be back next week with more right here with Amad Diallo. See you soon. Bye-bye.